Now, whether you're a first, second, or even third year transfer, one thing that I know for sure is that there are so many people who don't know where to start when it comes to their transfer process, and more exactly, how to be prepared for when you come to college. So from my experiences and from talking with my friends who are transfers, I want to tell you guys the biggest tip that I recommend that you do if you're a transfer to UCR or any other college. If you guys are new here, my name is Raj. I'm a second year business student at UCR. And if you guys like what you're seeing, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're really close to that 400 subscriber mark. So I just want to say thank you guys. And if you guys feel grateful or thankful today, I'd appreciate any support. So thank you guys so much, and let's get into it. Now, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but when I say that networking is the most important thing you can do as a college student, I mean that. When it comes down to the biggest things that people have said that they learned from college, one of those things is network. Now, emphasizing the fact of networking is not just a thing for your career, but also in your personal development as well is very important. And you being a transfer, your time is limited at the college. So if you're like me and you want to finish in 4 years like all of your other peers, then I'd recommend really getting on top of networking. One of the great ways that I see networking is through using social media. Social media has different platforms for your incoming transfer class. There's even platforms outside of that, so there's Discord and Snapchat as well, that really help you gain a sense of community with your peers before you even get to the college. The second thing that I highly recommend is getting a campus tour. Now, this might sound pretty basic, but let me tell you, when it's your first day class, you do not want to be behind and trying to find where your class is while your peers have already been at the institution for 2 to 3 years. You don't want the imposter syndrome to kick in, and I'll talk more about the imposter syndrome later. But my biggest recommendation is to watch videos like this one, of course, but more so get a feel for your campus, how the vibe is, so you can kind of integrate yourself and kind of see how exactly you can fit in on the campus as well. Some great things that I recommend that you see or look on places like Reddit and, as I said before, Discord, that allow you to see how people talk and more so what are the events that are going on. You can use kind of the whole campus lifestyle to kind of predict where you can influence yourself and also what type of things that you want to be involved in. For example, I love concerts, and one of the things that UCR hosts is they have Spring Splash and the block party at the beginning and end of each year. Over there, I was able to network I was able to do videos about those events. So I was really able to input my personal insight and really gain that sort of personal experience as to the events that are going on at my specific college and see which ones are my favorite things and which ones aren't. You know, there are events at UCR which you don't like, and there are events that are towards my interests, and it's important to really get a feel for what you like before you even come to college, so you can really meet peers that are like-minded and really able to be in the same wavelength. Another thing that I see a lot of people not doing, not even as first years, but also as transfer students, is not also being interpersonal with their academic staff. When I mean academic staff, I don't just mean professors and, you know, TAs, but I also mean people outside of that. I mean people who are at the career center. I mean people who are in your internships. I mean people who are in these spaces around you that allow you to develop on a professional level and on an intellectual level as well. So my recommendation to that is just to really be open and networking and talking with the people around you, even if you might not think about it. Now, everyone tells you to talk to the professors, but nobody really talks about, you know, utilizing the resources on campus and talking to people there. If you're like me and you're a first-year student, then you really want to be utilizing the resources that are there for first-year students. And if you're someone who's also, you know, part of a certain ethnicity, part of a certain orientation group, then that's also really important. So really being able to utilize these resources and network with people inside of them is also really important. And I will keep saying networking because it's one of the most important things you can do in college, and it's one of the things that I think that people should really master the art of networking when they're in college. And if you guys want more videos about how to network and how to really gain those connections, then I'll be sure to make more videos about that. So let me know in the comments down below. Now, as I said before, when it comes to the imposter syndrome, there are many times when you feel that you're behind from your classmates who have been at college for, you know, 2 years longer than you have, or even longer. Than there's many times when you feel like you've been, you know, coming to the idea of the imposter syndrome. There's many times when you feel like you're not up to date with your peers and you don't feel like you're really at the same standard or level that they are. So my advice to tackle the imposter syndrome and to gain that sense of community is to be in groups of transfer students as well. I don't mean just only being friends with transfer students, but when I say that there are a lot of students who feel left out or lonely because they don't have anyone who has the same experience as them, that's where these community groups come in. As I said, really important to find people who are like-minded in college. And once you're able to really create that like-minded sense, you can go out and really be able to network, as I said a million times before, and really gain professional and personal development experience as well. Certain groups that I see on my campus, if you go to UCR, are another transfer student orientation group, the Transfer First group, groups for individually transfer-oriented people, and groups for people who are transfers from not only third years or from community colleges, but also from other fourth years and also from non-traditional backgrounds as well. For many times, there are students who are not on a traditional background as well. So it's even important to really find people who are like you and are on the same path as you. So I highly recommend using those transfer resources and really being able to network with people who are transferring. And there are plenty of resources that I know for transfer students that are there at any other colleges. I know that a lot of colleges have transfer hubs, they have transfer student centers, transfer resource centers. So look into those, and if you guys want more into transfer related content, I'd be happy to make more videos about that as well. And my last piece of advice to you guys is to have a good time. I think that, you know, so many people, especially myself, they really always have their foot on the gas. And sometimes it's important to really soak in and live in the moment. That's something that I've struggled with, and I've always been a sort of person who has really been about the grind, but sometimes it's about the journey and really seeing what you can really bring out of it. So if I were to give you guys one piece of advice, take everything slow and to live in the moment, because, you know, you're not going to be in college ever again in your life, at least for undergrad. So that's one piece of advice that I would say. But with that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you guys have any questions, comments, anything that you guys would like me to talk about, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. But that's all I got for today. But thank you guys so much, and of course, have a good day, y'all.